All right, greetings once again. Got something a little different today. I'm going to do a piano arrangement to back up a vocalist. All right, and I'm going to write this down and make it available to all of you. And the song is a Christmas song written by Mel Torme. And I'm going to do it in the key of C because that's what the vocalist requested. And also I know he probably listened to the Michael Buble version, and that's in the key of C. So I'm going to more or less copy the Michael Buble version, but I'm going to arrange it, you know, so it works well on the piano. And this is going to take quite some time, so I don't expect that I'll just let the camera run while I do this, but I'll just turn it off and on, and might have to make it into a 3-part video or something. Hope not, but anyway, going to write a nice piano arrangement of a Christmas song. You know, it's a great jazz song with lots of good changes and everything, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so like the first thing I did was just listen to the introduction, and you know, Michael Buble, whether you like him or not, he has, you know, some of the best musicians in the world probably on this recording. It, you know, it reminds me of like Barbra Streisand recordings where the orchestra is just lush and wonderful. And anyway, there's just a nice little turnaround right at the beginning to bring him in. Very typical type of thing with some nice chords. So I'm going to listen to it one more time and then put those chords down and probably, you know, do them in a kind of a Chopin style or something to make it flow and set a tempo on the piano. So let's listen to it again. Now, see, I know those chords just hearing them. You know, I know it's this. Oh no, sorry. It's yeah, I know everything. It's got that, and then it goes up to that. I think he does some really wild chord here, but it's not that. It's really cool, and I'm going to get it. Yeah, you gotta love those YouTube ads. Oh, yeah. I know what it is. It's just a minor 13th chord. It's like, or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. And then the G chord is something like that. Yeah, okay, we're going to make this work. So give me a few minutes. I'm going to play around with it a little bit and then jot it down. I'm not quite sure how I'll do this, whether I'll try to make it pretty neat this first time and then just photocopy it, or whether I'll just sketch it out kind of roughly and then recopy it or put it into the computer. You know, I just prefer to work this way. I know maybe you can do things faster on the computer, but faster isn't always better. You know, when you're doing something in a slow way, sometimes you have a little more time to think about it. So I think I'll write that introduction on the first line. I'm going to divide it into 4 measures. And I've already got a good idea here what I'm going to do. You know, the guy that I'm doing this for, you know, he's a band leader that hires me fairly often. So here's how it's shaping up. See, I've got the chords there. And then these are the voices that kind of move. Mostly on the recording, it's just plain chords like that. Let's see, the next one is really cool too. It's this. Yeah, it's like a D minor 13. Anyway, I'm not charging my friend to do this little project because I thought it would make a really good video, and also because he's kind of like the guy who hires me more than anybody else, and you know, the pay is always extremely fair. I mean, I think he pays me about $500 every time I do a gig with him. And, you know, it's kind of sad, you know, I get offers from time to time, like I got this one the other day to work in this really fancy place, this multi-million-dollar place. You know, they want, I don't know if it was solo or with a band or what. But, you know, they offered $125, and I just said, you know, place like that, I'm just not going to work that cheap. I'll go work a dive for that cheap, but I'm not going to work that cheap at this place. And, you know, the guy was appreciative that I have some principles or whatever. But, you know, it's kind of a sad thing that, you know, musicians are typically, a lot of musicians anyway, and, you know, myself included, you know, a little on the hungry side. We don't make a ton of money, and so we end up working kind of cheap because we need the money, and then that's a self-fulfilling thing that kind of feeds on itself, and restaurant owners and club owners knows that we'll work cheap, and so, you know, the pay is not really kept up. Let's see how it sounds so far. Now that one doesn't work so good right there. I need to do something. Let me erase that. This is why I use a pencil. The chord is nice, but we need something else for the inner voice. And I think I'll just leave that blank for now and go on to the next one, which is a nice, big, fat G7 chord. It's kind of like a poly chord, you know, got the E triad over there. But I don't think of it that way. I just think of it as a flat 9 chord. It's got a 13 in there. So it's nice. It's got an altered interval, which is the flat 9. And it's got the unaltered interval, which is just a regular 13. Here's what I got so far. And that's where the vocalist comes in. And now I'm just going to kind of play along. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. That's got to be in there. And I think I'll just put some simple chords in here, and I'm not going to listen and copy it exactly. Just use something that's nice. So, see you in a few minutes. Yeah, I've been at it an hour and a half, a couple little interruptions, but probably done at least an hour's work on it. And, you know, I'm just working really slowly and just listening to it and thinking about it and, you know, trying to be neat, which is not one of my strong points. But anyway, we've got the intro and then the, you know, chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Oh, I need a C there, don't I? Make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys. He's loaded. I noticed too in the arrangement that, you know, they purposely avoid the melody notes. You know, you don't want to double the melody notes while the singer is singing. At least as not like the top note of your chord. It could be in there somewhere. But you know, this arrangement is nice. Okay, time for lunch. Alright, well I finally got the damn thing done. It took me about 3 hours, I guess, to do it. Scroll it down below as I'm playing it, and let's give it a run through here and see how it sounds. And if any of you all can sing this song in the key of C, be my guest.